Hello and welcome to another episode of Motorsport Manager with Levingston Motors. Last time we almost won a race, only our second race this season, robbed by Vidal of Boa Esperança after he ignored the blue flag, holding up Engelhardt, allowing the eventual winner, who I forgot who it was, Margate from Ruiz Motorsport, allowing him to take over, get past Engelhardt in the penultimate lap. Thanks, Vidal, you a prick. Well, that did give us our first points of the season. We're on 6. 6 last season wasn't enough to save, wouldn't be enough to avoid relegation, but the season before it was. There's Zampelli, just crap apparently. So we need more points, and we need them soon, because as the season goes on, we're going to lose our nurse perk advantage, because our car's pretty poor. We may be able to help out the suspension, because that is due for spec, and we've got a lot of votes. I mean, this we don't really care about. I'd rather not have another GP because we're losing money. I suspect that will go through though, because 2 races have been added since, so they'll just keep adding. That I don't care about. That doesn't really matter, because everyone 2 stops anyway, which just leaves that, which we'll just force through. We still have the best engine. Our gearbox is going down, but we are improving it. It's just not quite, because of the parts I had to pick, it's not quite ready for this race. Although I still have the double performance gain from rate stripping available as a great part. So the strategy we employed last season, rate stripping to get a massive boost, we can do again. So if we can keep our top 3 engine with a massively boosted gearbox, we're going to be pretty alright. And once this is done, I'll build a new gearbox with the rate stripping bonus, and then it'll be the brakes. Because I think that's what's holding us back. You've seen it sometimes where we just slow down suddenly and get overtaken. That's the brakes. But this episode we're going to do are in Qatar. Acceleration crucial, low speed corners crucial. I have worked on the reliability of the gearbox and the engines and the front ring. I should make sure that Makarova has the more reliability on the front ring. She does. I've also been looking into a potential new staff member to replace Billy Evans, because he doesn't have the nurse perk, and I want Makarova to have it. Just unfortunate, is there for a long time. But there is one potential mechanic, and that is Wanda Adams. She has sweeter spots for qualifying, which can help us. But it's most of this I want. The nurse perk and the stats are decent all around, and it's high reliability as well. The concentration is about to go up. That's a bit low, but what are you going to do? See, that's our problem. It's concentration. It's only 8. Really, we could replace both, but he's not too bad. And lastly, we have signed some new sponsors. We're back down to 4 stars because Makarova's dropped, unfortunately. We have signed Viking on a 4-race contract. First place we're not going to get. It was just for the upfront payment that all wanted first place as the race bonus. So I just picked. I don't think it was the biggest upfront payment, but the one that was slightly bigger was like double the amount of races. So I picked this one, so it'll run out quicker, basically. It is also Shimizu, which will give us $1 million up front, but £550,000 a race. And these 2 we've already had. The main thing is 2 of our 5 stars we've got for this entire season, so this shouldn't affect us too much. These don't really matter as much, because we'll be getting 4 stars anyway to get a decent performance target. Oh, he's had a house fire. So how this game works, you see. Once you start doing well, it punishes you for it. As a form of rubber banding. That's exactly what we've had here. Because we finished second in the last race, we're already beating that expectation, so it's going to make it harder. It's how this game works, unfortunately. If we kept finishing last all the time, you won't get that. but because we're doing well for our stature and for our target, that's what it does. I hate systems like that because you are essentially punished for doing well. But what you gonna do? He has a better engine. Yeah, everything's fine. I think. Yeah, she's got the good engine. We've only designed one gearbox at the minute. Let's race. Of course, I'm not expecting too much here because it's very a twisty track. It's that engine that's good. So kind of ones with long straights are kind of the courses we're going to do well on. But this one, there's not a lot. There's like one straight here, and that's basically it. A lot of sharp turns. And it's also my first time on this track. It's going to be my first time on most of these tracks because I've never played outside of the European Racing Series. So all the non-Europe tracks I've, barring America, I've never raced on. So I don't know how each one works. But I will see you for qualifying. Well, that is the end of practice. I didn't get a chance to practice on the qualifying trim or anything because it is a long circuit. It is a 1-2 at the top of the practice standings, but of course practice means nothing. Makarova finishing a tenth of a second behind a teammate. So first things first, we are going to rate strip. For Engelhardt anyway. Yeah, we'll risk it. Might as well. As for Makarova, I will up her engine a bit and a gearbox a bit. I think 80% will just about suffice. Yeah, that'll do. Soft tyres, light footed, nothing we can pick there. Same with you. Car setup. I need to save both. Engelhardt was a bit of a tough one. I don't know what his final percentage is, to be honest. It was 93% with 3 grades, so I don't know what was going on there. What is it now? I've got an excellent, it's 95. One of those two at least are barely great. It's probably the middle one, handling. That one was a pain. Might be downforce, I don't know. Doesn't really matter, 95% is fine. Take qualifying. So there's going to be no rain, so I'll give her a bit of time to get, Alright, I'll send Makarova out now. What you don't want to have happen is you're out on your hot lap and people are on the in lap. Makarova looks like to have plenty of clear track. Engelhardt does for now, but obviously he has got Lundqvist right behind him, really. He's going to have a better car. Makarova's got a car behind her as well, actually. It's also the same team. It's both Chariot Motor Group cars. Margate Chartour, the contenders for the title, in Goodyear as well. So here comes Makarova. What can she do? Liverpool is setting the fastest lap. We're gonna have some tough times here to beat. Overheated, good for Engelhardt. Makarova already 4/10 slower in the first sector. Engelhardt has got a car right behind him. We are slowing Chariot down, so that's alright. Engelhardt right behind first place. He's not doing too bad. Makarova 2/10 down. She's going to finish around the top mid-table from the looks of it. She comes in at 7th. The guy behind her did beat her. Sets the fastest lap, getting stuck behind Makarova. Not bad. Engelhardt is going to finish in 5th. 6th now. Makarova down in 12th. 13th. Everyone's beating Makarova. Who's bottom? It's Eastwood. It's these guys. And they've got 2nd. That's not good. And we're not going to have time for another coming out because of how long the lap is. So we do get our sponsor objective, and no one's coming back. No one's going to get another chance. Well, he might. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, it's only Shah, and he's fast. We might get down to 7th, but we have got our sponsor objective, so that's all that really matters. 6th will get us a point. Makarova down in 14th. Bad day at the office for her in qualifying. Engelhardt doing better in 6th. Despite his house fire, he gets a decent qualifying finish. So Zach Hamilton's, that's bad for us because they're at the bottom. They're one of the worst teams based on the last season results. His teammate though completely letting the team down there, 20th position. So Makarova, not a good day for her. I think she's going to get stuck mid-table. She's not going to get anywhere today. It's all about Engelhardt and that nurse perk. There shouldn't be any rain. It's Qatar. Race trim, soft tyres wear slowly. Race trim, nurse perk. Now it's 30 laps. I think it's 30 laps, and the soft tyres are not going to last 10 laps at a push, 10 to 12. So we are going to need a medium stint, but I think we're going to start on the softs for now. 12 laps for you. Really, you could benefit from an early stop because you'll get clear air. So 11 for you. I'm anticipating a 9 stop, and then the medium stint will be a medium tyre. We'll play a longer game, I think. I'm not expecting much from this race. This isn't a race for us, I don't think. It's not our track. Will Mortex pole despite being injured. Zach Hamilton having a good day for Eastwood, coming 2nd in qualifying. Lundqvist in 3rd. Ingle doing 4th. Tozzi in 5th. Engelhardt in 6th. Vidal there, who held us up last time, down in 8th. Are there any other? Shy in 12th. A bad day for him. He's pretty fast, I think. Same with Margate. Where's the other Chariot? 3rd. So Chariot's a good team, obviously. And down at the bottom, this guy, Pisani. So it's 5 red lights for the Qatar Grand Prix. Engelhardt after a bad start, but whoever's in 5th holds up Modis, so we take 5th. Makarova moves up a position. Engelhardt's gone wide. Thanks, game. The game's forcing that because we've had a good start with that fire and that on that start. It's what it's doing. There's not a lot I can do about it. We are ultimately being punished for a good race last time, but Makarova sets the fastest sector 1 time. Engelhardt has some work to do. The cars in front battling out, so Makarova can't do too much. But she does set the fastest sector 2 time. I think it's worth points the fastest lap. She won't keep it because the front cars will just take off. Makarova making a move into 7th. Can't make it stick. But this is where a better engine might come in handy. Makarova sets the fastest sector time for all 3 laps. Engelhardt up into 18th. Makarova up into 7th. She's on a charge. She wants some points. Engelhardt still in 18th. Makarova's going to drop back down into 8th as she gets held up by Vidal. What a surprise. Vidal holds us up again. Engelhardt fighting with a lot of cars. Keeps 18th, trying to take 17th at the same time. 4-way battle here. Side by side. The car in front is holding Engelhardt back. Makarova's back up into 7th. Engelhardt's dropped to position. We are going to have to come back on the tyres though. It is a hot day. Some people might be 3-stopping because people's tyres are going to absolutely go through the roof. Annoyingly, I can't afford to push anymore. So Makarova's going to lose the place because of it. Because we've been attacking, this is going to open the open up chances for the people behind us here. I'm surprised that Engelhardt's not gone back to the back. The second stint is going to have to be medium. Barring a crash or something. Engelhardt's dropping because he's having to save it. You know, I mean, he messed up straight away. The game did force that. There's not a lot you can do because we had a good second. You know, the last race was good. It's going to make it harder because that's fun apparently for some people. But it's what it is. It's one of those things. Every sports game has it. You know, giving the AI advantages to compensate. Right, go back to normal because you're out in racing. I don't care about you. He's somehow taking 18th back and set a personal best. He's overtaken 17th. What are these guys doing? So if they stay in overtake mode, they'll have to make repairs. Unfortunately, the guy with the nurse perk who can take real advantage of that went wide on the first corner. Engelhardt's moving up the field. Go back to normal. High. See, on normal, the heat is going up, so they're quite low. They're pitting already. They're pitting 5 laps in, 6 laps in. Wilmore's off on one. But if he's pitting now, he's pitting like, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 6 times? No. So we don't care about you. You know what, Engelhardt? Try and make up for your blunder. Engelhardt trying to get past the car in front. He's going to do so. But then immediately lose ground. We are staying in 4th for now, that's fine. Engelhardt up into 16th thanks to his pit stop. Both of our drivers coming in onto mediums. For the second stint, Ingledew will be pitting. So these are pitting 3 or 4 times. And not ignoring any potential repairs they have to make. Because they're in overtake mode the entire time. I'm guessing they're doing that because of the amount of fuel they've got. But Wilmar's off on one. I'm assuming he has the fastest lap now. So I think that's worth points. Because we don't have the points anymore. It might not be, to be fair. Yeah, Wilmar has it because he's got 12 points. It's 10 plus 2 for the fastest lap. Vidal's going to pit. Hamilton's going to pit. I think Modi might pit as well. Makarova's going to pit next lap. Yeah. Alright, back up the pair here. Engelhardt has made up some decent ground, to be fair. Well, it is in the pits. Alright. For now, we're first. I'll take it. Right, medium stint. Not full. To 15 laps, I'd say. Wilmar's come right behind Makarova. That's how far he is in the lead. It's ridiculous. I'd be surprised if Makarova... Can Makarova stay at least in first place for this lap? To be fair, I might be pitting Engelhardt a bit late. But it doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, Makarova's coming a bit late. She's going to start seeing performance issues now because it's at 15%. That's not allow Williams to come through. Oh no, she has actually defended it. Put in 15 for now. Oh, Makarova's come out last out of everyone there. I think she's got more fuel in her car than these guys. So our next stop will not be as long to make up for that, I think. That's a bit annoying. I might have put a bit too much fuel in. I'm still getting used to the bigger fuel tanks. We're all on mediums now. He's conserving his tyres. At least get past him. Come on. Still trying to get past Wilmot. We've got the faster engine. We're going to make use of it here. Come on. Not to back off. We can't do it. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, we've done it now. We've got a pass verbal right at the end there. Brake testing him now. That's showing 13th. I think a few people here are going to 3-stop. These are 2-stopping, that's fine. But I think some... Yeah, he's out. He's 4-stopping at least. Well, he'll be 3-stopping, but pretty close to him to take advantage of that. And Wilmore's won this race already, barring a mistake or an issue with his car. Alright. Conserve medium because you're miles away from 18th. That's Kanjiro out ahead of us. See, a lot of these cars were behind us because we were first coming in. I don't know how many of these. All these are on their first pit, so we were ahead of these guys. At least some of them. But I think the next pit stop will put in less fuel than they have to, so we'll make up for it. We'll see in the fuel laps when people have pitted again. But Engelhart's out of the race. He's an idiot. The car behind me is only conserving. He's not pushing hard. So you got to conserve and then push when you need to. Just say the tyre wear. Whoa, calm down. Engelhart is catching the cars in front because they're battling each other. Alright, back off for now. You've got a bit of a gap to him again. His tyre wear is worse than ours. Alright, you push for half a lap. You're catching him now. You've got tyre wear, you've got tyre heating, you're fine. Go for it. Not a great race so far for us at all, but what are you going to do? He's right on the back of Passini now. He's in the straight. He has the best engine in the league. He's got to use it. He's taking the outside, so you can't quite make it stick just yet. He hasn't got long on attack. Really, we're hoping a lot of these guys have to 3-stop and we'll make up that time. Engelhart going for 18th again. He's got it. But he's going to lose it. Makarova's being attacked again. I think they, because of their brakes, they can brake a lot later than what we can. So that's how they're catching up. Well, Engelhart, you're a failure. That's all I'm going to say. That's embarrassing. Well, he's on low engine mode, so... we should be okay. His tyre wear's worse. He might pit before us anyway. Yeah, he's pitted and he's going to pit again because those tyres won't last 16 laps. Uh-oh. Navarro's making a move. Yeah, because our brakes are that poor, we're having to brake a lot earlier than he is, so he can stay up even though we've got the better engine. I think we've got the better engine anyway. It was the best engine before I built Engelhardt, so it might be the second best engine. It is weight stripped. There we go. He might have won wide or something there. We've got quite a bit of ground there. Got like a second out of that first sector. That Makarova just absolutely nailed it. A lot faster pace this lap. See, Mubman Lee's going to pit and have to pit again. Like right at the end. Oh. Okay, like you can attack. He was right on his ass. It's still Passini, mate. You've been stuck behind him forever because you can't race. Engelhardt's got in front. What a battle for 17th place, 16th place. Jesus. They're still going at it. See, Kanjiro's got a two-stopper going on. Navarro probably has as well. She's got similar tyre wear to us. But I'm hoping these guys have to pit early. Vidal will have to at least. Hamilton already has, and he's got to pit again. So Engelhardt defending. He's defending while trying to attack Zarate at the same time here. That usually costs you in the long run, because as you can see, you have to slow down for the overtake, and that allows people through. But Engelhardt's fed up and tries to make a move. Can't make it stick either. He's going to have to back up again. That's likely going to allow Pisani through. Now that Makarova push. See, the medium tyres can go to 10%. In the last 2 laps. Engelhardt's perfectly fine for tyre wear. Oh, I can't get a head out of Modi. Or Vidal even. When it was already out. God damn it, Vidal, stop cutting us off. He did it last race, it was bloody annoying. Oh, okay. Okay, that's everyone. Okay. Oh dear. What was he on mediums? 12 laps. They'll just about last. If he looks after them anyway. Navarro's pitting. That means they're pushing. Right. Another medium. See, the problem with this is that soft tyres are faster, but it's so hot. You can't push them at all. 11 after pit stop. Park conditions fine. Did I change tyre? I think I did, to be fair. There we go. Navarro's in with a repair, so he was racing with us, not anymore, he's not. We're holding up long vista here. That might help Makarova and Levingston here. I don't know where they were in comparison to Makarova. I wasn't really paying attention. You should actually be attacking overtake. Verapol's coming in with her. It's very tough on the tyres this race. We're fighting with Verapol here to try and come into the pits first. I think we're going to win the fight. Don't need to overtake Vidal. He's way ahead of you anyway. Right, go. Right, you're going to pit. Park conditions should be fine, it is. No mistake. We're out ahead of him. So medium tyres, but not going all out on the fuel. He's actually conserving. Engelhardt trying to get past Zarate. So the hope here is that Makarova can get into the points. Our main strategy of the nurse pick isn't going to work because Engelhardt messed it up on the first corner. Look how much of a lead Wilmar has and is bloody injured. Engelhardt has got past Zarate actually, he's got past him. Back up for now. Makarova's ahead of Kanjiro now, that's good. Oh, he's attacking with his tyre. So we'll make it for now, but we can't do it for too long. Because he's on the fresher tyres here. People are still to pit up ahead. I think Murray's going to pit again. No, you're going to have to back up now. I'm not risking the tyres anymore. To say Engelhardt went wide, he's not too far behind. Gonna go higher though to try and compensate for going easy on the tyres. Kanjiro is in a far better car. I think they're one of the stronger cars in this league. But we defend for now. You can't attack for too long without having temperature issues like us. Oh, right, it's at the fastest sector 2 time. Still defending from Kanjiro. It's not going to last much longer here. We are going to lose. There's not a lot we can do. Because he's got a better car. And it's pushing it pretty hard. Anyone got any issues? Margate's in the pits, but he's well ahead of us. See, the top 3 or 4 cars have just got clear track the entire way. If you've got a fast car and you get pole, you've got no reason not to win. I'm hoping to get some sort of points. See, Verapol's pushing to catch up, but he's got a few seconds to go. Kanjiro's having to go easy on his tyres now. Okay, well, we're going to get past Lemastuzzi here. And Shire's got a penalty. So we might be able to get past him as well. And that's before these people pit. We can still get points here. We can still get points. We've got excess fuel. Condition's not great. Which means some of these will be having issues as well because they pushed the engine harder than me. Anyone having issues? Anyone want to break down? Anyone want to break down? Anyone at all? Can we get past anyone here? We're not getting past Ingledew. We're up into 9th. Hengelart's in 13th. And the problem is the people that are still to pit now are too far ahead for us to catch up. We may actually... Oh! Kanjiro has an issue. That's good, he's going to have to repair. Anyone else having issues? That's not in the red zone just yet. So I don't care. You've got plenty of fuel actually. For now anyway. Hengelart has got full juice. He's trying to get past Verapol. He's actually catching up to his teammate. It's the straight. Can Engelhardt take advantage of that? Engine is trying to. He's going to have to back up now. Oh, Lundqvist is right behind her. On the faster compound as well. And he's attacking. That's not good. He's going to overtake easily. I think... Well, not quite easily, but it will happen. Anyone having issues up front? We need people to break down. Makarova's still defending. See, we can't get up to full speed on this straight because we're just braking straight away. Because our brakes are so bad. So I'm going to have to improve the brakes and get back to the gearbox, I think. Our guy's pretty good at brakes as well, apparently. There's not a lot to say because this is basically it. We're not gonna. The only thing we're gonna do is fall back. We're not gonna get anywhere. At most, we're gonna get 8th if we're lucky. Because we're gonna have to keep Lundqvist off our backs. Which is gonna be hard because he's got a faster compound with a far faster car. Or better car. We've got the top speed, but that's all we've got. I can't get up to it because our brakes are so naff. We have to brake before we get there, otherwise we just crash. Lunkfish has made his move. It's gonna stick. One more's in with the repair. Vidal is pitting, but we're too far back, I think. I mean, Wilmore's been able to pit and still come out first. If you want to get like past him, don't get stuck behind a broken down car. You might as well go for it, actually. So there's a few issues now. A couple of issues up ahead, but we're not going to get 2 breakdowns. Engelhardt in 10th. He's got plenty of tyre wear. Air condition's bad. In fact, you know what? You might as well go for it, aren't you? Because otherwise, we're not getting any points. We're not getting any points. It's last lap. Right, last lap. A bad race for us, but I didn't think it wasn't our track. Brakes are quite important. See, if Engelhardt hadn't gone wide in the first lap because the game forced it, because we did well in the last race, would have got points out of that. We might have got points out of that. It's 9th and 10th. It's not terrible. But it's what this game does, and I hate it. I hate that about every sports game. You do well, you get punished. It's like, why? No need for it. But disappointing race all around. We're dropped to 5th in the standings. I think we've come at least, I think 9th. We finished higher than 9th in the race because we got 9th and 10th. You know, if this was like the European Racing Series and it's points for every position, this is a pretty solid result because it's top 6 only. It's very harsh. You know, when the game starts to screw you over, you're fucked. You're already fucked when you're in this position. But it is what it is. Oh, there's no points for fastest lap. It's just pole position. But no real breaks. Engelhardt would have at least got our sponsor objective, I think. He'd have finished 7th. He'd have finished just ahead of Shah. We're 5th in the standings now, as we failed to pick up any points this race. But I think we finished at least. We weren't last in the race, so this race. We finished 8th apparently. That's because other teams that finished low, and the second driver low, scored points. But that's why 7th was such an unrealistic target. Because the game's going to screw you over like that. Gearbox is built. We'll fit it. Let's see how good it is. It's actually not as good as this one at the minute, but it's got a lot more performance to get out of it. Reject. Makarova's found God. Okay. Okay. Makarova is becoming religious. Cancel you for now. The gearbox is more important. It's our weaker component. You're fine, so are you. See, this doesn't really matter too much because we can use the nurse perk to focus quite heavily on performance. We'll design some brakes. I will keep going until the vote, because it's literally tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go with you because you're the only non-risky part. That will be done pretty quick, actually. So the vote is tomorrow. Well, the day after tomorrow, I guess. This is going to go through, I suspect. I'm tempted to vote against this, but I want to force the spec parts through. So I'm going to abstain. But it'll go through. I don't think I've ever seen a added race. See, there's no way I was going to commit 7 votes. 6 votes to beat that. No way. So there's no point in voting. The game is biased in that regard. It will always force the new race to go through. It always goes through, and it never once does it not go through. Just never. Okay. So we've got a new scat report. I think it's Feng. If it is, it's not very good, but he has decent potential. But I don't have the race marketing is too bad anyway. Right, we'll fit the brakes on Engelhardt's car. They're now 9th, nice. And we'll build another. Another one. Because then we can give both drivers better brakes. You're good for now. Improve you. Because you're going to be for Makarova. But I will see you. I mean, this one we might do better because we've got a good engine. Is it still top? No one's beaten us just yet. That won't last because we don't have any of the buildings for it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time for more Let's Play in Motorsport Manager with Levingston Motors.